Terminology Podcast. This episode is Chapter 12, Part 6, Procedures. There aren't a lot of procedures in Chapter 12, and for the most part, they're straightforward. The only thing that's a little bit tricky is some of them have spellings that can kind of throw you off. So, what I'm going to do is quiz you over some terms, and we will double check our spelling of them. The first term refers to the destruction or elimination of tissue by burning. What is the term for the destruction of tissue by burning? That's cauterization, and this can be tricky to spell. Cauteriz, that's the cauterize part, and then ation, Ation, cauterization. The next term is destruction or elimination of abnormal tissue by using cold, that is, by freezing them off. That's cryosurgery. Cryosurgery. Cryo refers to extreme cold, and that's the part that people tend to forget. Cryosurgery. The next two terms can be confused. The first one refers to the removal of dirt, foreign objects, or damaged tissue and cellular debris in order to prevent infection of a wound and promote healing. Basically, it's the medical term for like cleaning out a wound. That's debridement. 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 And a similar sounding term that means something different, it refers to a form of abrasion that involves the use of a wire brush or sandpaper, and this is used to remove acne or chickenpox scars. That's dermabrasion. Dermabrasion. Notice it has the word part derma in it referring to skin, and then abrasion, abrasion. But there's only one A between derma and abrasion. It's not derma and abrasion, it's dermabrasion. And that involves using a brush again to scrape off tissue you don't want. It's basically to remove scars. That's different from debridement, where we're cleaning out a wound. Okay, and then we have the term for a surgical technique that's used to treat skin cancer. In this technique, individual layers of skin are removed and they're looked at under a microscope to see if they're cancerous or not. And this process is continued layer by layer until no more cancer is found. And what is the term for this type of surgical procedure? Well, that's Mohs surgery, capital Mohs surgery. This is tricky because you have to remember to capitalize the M. It's also tricky because it's real tempting to put an apostrophe S in there. It sounds like it should be possessive, like it's the surgery that belongs to Mo, but that's not how the term works, so we don't want to have an apostrophe in there. The next term is the medical term for a lid lift. It's when we remove excess tissue and fat from an eyelid. Well, that's blepharoplasty. blepharoplasty. That has two word parts. Blepharo refers to the eyelid, blepar/o. And then we have that suffix plasty, which refers to surgical repair. And this is surgical repair not in the sense that something is damaged, but in the sense that we're improving it. It again is a lid lift. Then we have the medical term for a facelift. It's where we're removing, again, wrinkles and excess tissue from somewhere on the face. Well, that's a rhytidectomy. rhytidectomy. And that's kind of tricky to spell. We have that odd word part, rhytido, in there, rhytid/o, which refers to wrinkle, and then ectomy, surgical removal. Rhytidectomy. And finally, one more term we have that could be a little tricky to spell is the term that refers to a skin graft. It's when we take skin from a donor location and move it someplace else in order to repair an injury. And what's the term for that? Well, that's dermatoplasty. dermatoplasty. And that's just tricky because it does prefer the word part dermato instead of derma. It's real easy to go, oh, well, that's dermaplasty. But this one requires dermatoplasty. dermatoplasty. Well, again, apart from the spelling of these terms, the rest of the procedures are pretty straightforward. It's just a matter of studying them and memorizing them. Again, good luck to you on Chapter 12. The worst part of it, again, I think, are those lesions. I hope you're getting those down. Good luck on your test. This ends this episode of the Medical Terminology